So another common stave for music is the stave for the drum kit. You can identify this stave by the two thick black lines at the beginning of the piece of music. So each line and each space on this stave represents a certain piece of kit. As a general rule of thumb, any head that you hit will be a circle. This includes the tom, the snare, and the bass drum. From this notation here, you can see that the bass drum or the kick drum is on that lowest space on the stave. This is also in relation to where it is on the kit, as it is the lowest drum that we play. In the next space, we have the floor tom, and again, this is normally the second lowest drum, so it's been given the second lowest space on the stave. Following on from that, we have the snare drum, which is in that third space from the bottom. Then we're going to skip to tom 1, which is also your high tom or your first tom, and that's in that highest space on the stave. Now lastly, there's tom 2, or your mid tom or your second tom, and that's in the line between the snare and the first tom. There's different accounts as to why it's put here. Some say it's the closest representation of an actual drum kit. However, others refer to the fact that the second tom didn't come in until later. Originally, a ride used to be put there. If we have a look at all the other drum heads, they're all placed in space notes. This is the only one of a standard kit that is on a line note, and they believe the reason why that is because it wasn't originally there. Next, if we have a look at the symbols on the standard kit, as you can see, symbols are normally represented with a cross. However, as you can see from the ride bell, if you are hitting different parts of the symbol, they may be represented by different shapes. The placement of these symbols again follows the logic that they appear on the stave as they would appear on the kit. So traditionally on a kit, a ride symbol would be the lowest symbol, which is why the ride appears on the lowest point of the symbols on the stave. Next we have the hi-hat that rests just along the top of the stave, and as you can see from the notation here, an open hi-hat has a little circle above it. Finally, we have the crash symbol, which is the highest of the three standard symbols, and again it appears the highest on the notation, being off the stave with a line going through it. So although this diagram might be slightly askew, you can see here how the position on the stave represents the position of the kit. So again, we have the bass drum, the floor tom, the snare, the first tom, the second tom, the ride symbol, the hi-hat, and the crash symbol.